welcome viewers, or welcome back to anyone that's subscribed. A bit of a slow week this one. We had Easter last week, which ran into like a public holiday Monday, and we've got Anzac Day this week, so it's only a 3-day work week, so nice and short. Don't achieve much in only 3 days. Don't achieve much when you're just sitting in traffic either. But I thought I'd share a little story with you. I was talking with one of my mates, also a truck driver. Why is it so ridiculously bad at the moment? Up until now, we'd actually been flowing. I don't know if you can see what I can see, but there's just a whole shitload of red lights. Tail lights, that is. But we'll keep going anyway. So, talking with one of my mates, and I don't even know how we got onto the subject, but he was telling me, like, we just talk about things we've done, this and that, and anyway, he was telling me about one time that he delivered, because he used to drive for Elgas, and he used to deliver gas bottles out to a jail. And he was, I don't know, like I said, I don't even know how we got to talking about it. But I said, oh yeah, I've been out there before. Not actually as a resident, but no, I've been there before. And I said, one of the first times I actually saw it, I was working delivering drinks. And anyway, I've looked at it and went, Cessnock. So I'll just say where it is. Cessnock. I was like, well, I know where Cessnock is. I'm a Newcastle local. What the fuck is Cessnock CC? So I've asked someone. There wasn't even an address on this thing. It just said Cessnock CC. And I was like, how are we supposed to know where to go? I hadn't looked at the paperwork at that point. I'm just looking at... What is this guy doing? There's that much traffic ahead of us. He's just checking his straps on the bloody side while we're in bloody traffic here. That's one way to do it. Go on, mate, the light's gone green, don't hold us up. No, you're right. Anyway, I was like, look, I hadn't even checked the paperwork at this point. So I'm just looking at like the little docket thing that's on the pallet that says Cessnock CC. What the fuck is Cessnock CC? Talked to someone else and they said, oh, it's Cessnock Correctional Centre. I said, oh, fuck, I didn't even know there was a fucking prison out there. So, yeah, there's about 4 of them. Like the little areas, like it's called a correctional centre, and then there's I think there's there might be a juvenile one out there, I'm not real sure, but then there's A block and D block, there's all these different fucking areas. Anyway, we only obviously went to one sort of spot there. He had to go all of the different fucking places, and it brought up a memory. Now, I shared with him this little story, and he couldn't believe it. I said, well, yeah, it's fucking true. Anyway, the story goes as, this wasn't me, but it was people that I worked with. So, it's a correctional centre, and we were delivering drinks for a drink company. Anyway, one of their fucking big rules, you come inside, you go up into this fucking pad, they lock all the gates behind you and all that, they check all your vehicle and all that, then you open your curtains and then they fucking unload you with the forklifts and all that. No alcohol allowed on premises. Not allowed alcohol. Now, Cessnock has a lot of wineries and all that around it. So we also did deliveries all to the wineries and pubs and, you know, all that sort of district sort of area out there. And the rule was always, for the longest time, you've got to do the jail last, because you can't take any alcohol on site to the jail. You can't do it. Now, I don't know, because like I said, it wasn't me. But for whatever reason, whether there was a place that wasn't open, whether they just went a different route and they didn't deliver something, they had some booze on board. Anyway, we'll go to the jail. Old mate says, yeah, we'll go to the jail. Goes to jail. They get locked inside this little cage thing. They open up the curtains and they're like, oh, you can't fucking bring alcohol, you got fucking cases of beer, you can't fucking bring beer here. So they got fucking kicked off site. Now that's not even the crazy part. Okay, so there was two of them in the truck, a driver and an offsider, and kicked off site. No, we're not unloading you, fucking get out of here, go. Anyway, I think it was like 2 weeks later at this point. The same driver and the same offsider. He's only a kid, the offsider. He's only, I think he was like, might have been 16, maybe pushing 17, but doesn't have a license or anything. He's just a young fella, offside, and so he helps do all the deliveries and all that. Anyway, one of their places, they wasn't open, they couldn't do their delivery prior to going to the jail, or in this case, the correctional centre. So, is this black one going to speed up, or is he going to sit right there? Because I need to get over. Good. There's nothing worse when they fucking get halfway up your trailer, you're looking going left lane ends, I've got to get over, and it is sitting there. Anyway, so one of their places wasn't open. They couldn't do the delivery. And it was a fairly sizable delivery. So it was to a pub or a club or a bowling club, something like that. I don't know the exact, fine point details. I'm just sharing a rough story with you. So it was a sizable order that they couldn't deliver because the place wasn't open or whatever the reason was. And okay, we've got to go to the jail. And they're like, oh, but last time we came here, they fucking kicked us off site. We couldn't deliver it. So then they had to go back the next day. But the next day, they've already got a full day's work. So then they're like, fuck, we just don't have time to, we've got to get this stuff off today. We can't take alcohol on site. So in their wisdom, they both decided it was a good idea to stop at the front gates to the jail or the prison, the correctional centre. They let the young fella out, the young 16-year-old, they let him out and they offloaded all the cases of beer and vodka cruisers and fucking bottles of fucking vodka and all the shit that was supposed to go to the pub. They fucking left it all with him at the front gate. I'll go up there, do me delivery, come back, I'll be, 20 minutes, half an hour. Just hang in. Goes up, he's doing his delivery. Sweet, no drama. Takes all the pallets off, thank you very much, sign the paperwork, he gets in the truck, drives off. Not a drama at all. Until he's coming back down the long driveway and he sees all these fucking flashing lights. And he's going, what the fuck's going on here? Well, there's all these fucking cop cars sitting out at the front gate because they've found a 16-year-old with about 10 cartons of beer and vodka cruisers and fucking bottles of vodka and rum and all that sitting out the front of a fucking correctional centre, out the front of a fucking prison. Anyway, so as someone's coming into the fucking jail, they've seen this young fella out here and they've just approached him and said, hey mate, what are you doing? We're doing a delivery, but we can't take any alcohol in there. He said, well, what are you fucking sitting here for? Why are you sitting out the front of a fucking jail? You're sitting out the front of a correctional centre with all this fucking alcohol. This is fucking not, this is not allowed. show me some ID. I don't have any ID. What do you mean you don't have any ID? Oh, I'm only 16. So this 16-year-old is in possession of a fucking shitload of alcohol. Old mate's coming back. Like I said, I need to get into that left lane. And I bet you this left lane is going to be fucking full of slow idiots. But yeah, so old mate's come back down and he's like, hey, they're mine. And he's like, I don't think that they got into any big trouble at the actual place. But there were emails sent and phone calls made, and yeah, after that, everyone had to get police checks, and you know, and for the longest time, everyone had always been going to the jail. No one ever needed a police check. No one ever needed clearance. It was just like, you can come and bring us our delivery, and then like, we'll see you again next week. It was a fucking common thing. It was every fucking week you'd go there. And why in the world would you drop a 16-year-old out the front of a fucking correctional centre with like 20 cases of fucking alcohol and bottles of fucking full spirits? Surely there would have been another option, but well, yeah. I just said I wanted to sort of keep a bit regular. This idiot, I'll be amazed if he doesn't fit in here or cut in here at some point. Please don't. Yeah, they probably got no idea where they're going. They're both on the phone. The passenger and the driver, they've both got fucking phones in their hands. So yeah, I just wanted to keep somewhat regular with the videos. Not much else has happened. Well, heading down to Melbourne this week. Apparently there was a fatality. Why did you get into the... This guy doesn't know where he's going either. Apparently there was a fatality on the M80, which is the ring road in Melbourne. All the traffic was diverted off. You couldn't go onto the ring road, you had to go Sydney Road. I don't know, but I went, that will be a fucking nightmare with all the fucking holiday traffic and stuff, people like coming home. I thought, I don't want anything to do with that. So I went out the slide. If you know, you know. I think it's sort of the same way, a little bit different because I came out at a different point, but it's coming out the back way to Melbourne. So same thing, I was going down south, but like southeastern suburbs. Yeah, just it wasn't good. Like, yeah, oh, it's good. There was little traffic, but there's always that one fucking caravan driver that you get stuck behind doing 75 kilometres an hour, and then every fucking overtaking lane, the way they design overtaking lanes, okay, I'm not going to say every single overtaking lane, but there's a lot of overtaking lanes where they factor in you're behind someone that's slow. So they a lot of the time design overtaking lanes where you are actually going a bit uphill, so the slow traffic goes even slower and all the traffic behind them can get around. So what this fucking dumb dick fucker with a caravan on the back was doing, sitting on 75 k's an hour, and then at the fucking base of every hill he'd speed up to do about 85, but because it's going slightly uphill and I'm fully loaded, you can't get any more speed than what you can, so then you fall all the way back 500 metres behind him. 500 metres after the overtaken lane finishes, you're back up behind him going, what the fuck are you doing? Ah, well, it is what it is. But the worst thing about holiday drivers is you get all these fucking morons that drive 20 minutes to and from work every day. They work in the city or they work close to home, and then they get in the car and go, let's go to a different state. And all of a sudden they're driving and they think that they can drive for 6, 8, 10 hours at a time, or even in one day. And they're not used to it. They're used to driving for 20-minute stints, half an hour at most. They're fucking tired before it hits the first hour, and they get distracted, they're fucking swerving all over the road. It's fucking dangerous at holiday time. You gotta watch what fucking people are doing. On top of that, I don't know if you took note of, or whether you could see that car up there in the right lane, but they've got that much shit piled in the fucking back of it. They don't have any fucking rear window because they can't see out of it. They'd barely be able to see out of the side windows because they've got fucking pillows and fucking all their shit fucking stacked in there. Fucking 19 fucking suitcases of stuff, and they're only going away for 3 fucking days. But anyway, like I said, I wanted to just sort of try and keep a bit regular with the videos. So here's today's stupid little story. Where have you been caught with alcohol that you shouldn't have been? Have you ever been caught with alcohol that you shouldn't have been? That's today's little word of the day. If you're new here, I try and do that. I'll give you a little word or a little subject, whatever it is I talk about. I want to hear your stories. So you tell me your best story of getting caught with alcohol. Was it, you snuck in and you stole one of Dad's beers when you were 12 years old, you came home and he caught you and he's like, you're going to drink that whole fucking case. You want to fucking drink beer? I'll sit here and make you drink beer. And then you fucking threw up and you got sick, and then you never touched alcohol ever again. If it's a story like that, try and put it into a little paragraph. Everyone else likes reading it. Everyone else likes some of my videos, the top comment, which isn't mine, some of these comments get more likes than the actual video. I don't know. Maybe you should be making videos instead of me. Anyway, that's it for today. We're on the road to 10k. I don't know. Look, I don't make any money. I don't want to make any money from this. I don't want to have ads and all that sort of stuff. If there's ads at the start or whatever of these videos, that's just how YouTube does it. They keep sending me emails about monetization and all that. Look, I don't think that I'd be able to be monetized anyway. It's just an automated thing because I've got subscribers or whatever, but no one's going to want to say, oh yeah, let's advertise our stuff, and then an ad cuts in, then it comes back to me. You're thinking about buying this fucking Butte product, and then here comes Shane, ad finishes and goes, yeah, you fucking dumb cunt. And then, all of a sudden you've got a thing in your mind, you're thinking about buying, oh, I'm going to buy some Coca-Cola. And then the first words after you hear that is, you fucking dumb cunt, or something along those lines. It's like, yeah, maybe brands don't want to be associated with people like me, but doesn't matter. I just like associating with people that find my stuff interesting because I'm doing this anyway. I'm already driving. So I won't tell you that I already talk to myself while I'm by myself. You might think I'm crazy. But hey, anyone that spends 10, 12, 18 hours driving, whatever it is, if you don't say at least one word to yourself throughout the day, it's going to be a very quiet trip. I won't say, oh, I ask myself questions and answer them too, but that might be too much. Maybe that's a subject for another day. If you've got anything you want me to touch base on, throw it in the comments. Thank you for joining. Stay safe out there. Bye now.